Hey, this is Jonathan with MarketplaceGOLD. Around the internet, a lot of people are asking, is gold money a scam? And I ultimately don't think so, even though they deleted my gold. And in this video, I'm going to explain why. So I had a gold money holding for about a year, and up until very recently, I was totally happy with it. I have a popular life hacking, mindset, personal development YouTube channel and website where I had talked about gold money a couple of times, but I had not really aggressively or enthusiastically recommended it because I had my lingering doubts about gold money. In this video, we're just going to be talking about gold money. I know that there's some alternatives to it out there, and I'm not going to talk about any of them because then I could be accused of calling them a scam just to get traffic and just to get people to buy into something else. That would be a low integrity move, and that's not what I'm doing here. I'm just talking about my story, my experience with them, and giving you some things to think about with them. You are going to want to subscribe to this channel and also check out my website, MarketplaceGOLD, which is linked below this, where I will be updating as I get new information about gold money. So I started using gold money because I have followed libertarian thinkers like Peter Schiff for quite a while. I really believe in the idea of gold as money, and the platform and everything about gold money, the personalities behind it, it looked all quite credible to me. And when I was a child, my parents would tell me, Jonathan, what you should do is you should take about 10% of your income and put it into savings, and it will really add up over time. And what you should do is whenever you get paid, when your payday comes, just take about 10% of that money before you spend your money on anything else. Take that 10% and put it into savings, and it will add up. And so that's what I started doing with gold money. I have a side business as a life coach, and as my clients would pay me, as that money would come in through the PayPal account, I would just take 10% of it and buy gold money holdings. So I was making smaller purchases, smaller orders from gold money of maybe it would be sometimes $8, $10, $20 a week, like that, which is probably a little bit atypical. Probably most of their clients, most people that are investing in gold, they're buying like several $100s or several $1,000s at a time. But for me, that was just a savings strategy that made sense. And as my parents promised, it really did start to add up over time. And I was considering redeeming my gold so that I could go and put it in a safe box. I was looking almost every day at those cool Menet jewelry that they offer so that I could have a cool Menet 24-karat ring that I could show off to people. But then one night I made the mistake of looking at my smartphone before I went to bed. You know how we do that sometimes. And I was surprised to see a funds transfer from Gold Money. They had sent me money and I hadn't asked them to. So I resisted the temptation to go and investigate this right away. And I went to bed. Next morning, I woke up and I went into my Gold Money account, my holding, and I saw that they had initiated a sell order on my account. They had turned all of my gold into cash into US dollars, and it was just sitting there in my holding account. And I was like, boy, that's weird. And then they'd sent me some money back on PayPal. So of course I contacted their relationship managers right away. And I said, hey, what's going on here, guys? I checked my email. I double checked everywhere that they might have been able to message me. They hadn't called me, left a voicemail, anything like that. They had just sold my gold, which was a little bit disturbing to me. I thought my gold was very, very secure, sitting in a Loomis vault in London. They did not respond to my email, which was odd because in the past, their customer service people seemed to be very prompt about responding to everything. And then I noticed that over the course of the next couple of days, they refunded all of the orders that I had made with them. So while Goldmoney deleted my gold, I cannot say that they robbed me or scammed me outright. They just moved all my gold into a cash setting in their system, and then they sent it back to me in PayPal. And I contacted their customer service a couple of other times, and I never got any response from them. To this day, I still don't have any response from them explaining if I did something wrong. You know, there's all of these different regulatory compliance steps that are involved with something like selling gold. And I can imagine that when you're doing a banking thing and you're maybe dealing with cryptocurrency, there's a ton of other things. And it's possible that I forgot to dot an I or cross a T in my account. I thought that I had sent them all the information and answered all the questions that they had for me, but it's really their job to make the compliance stuff clear to us normal people that can't afford a $900 an hour attorney to explain to us all of the legalese of the banking regulatory, of the forms and everything that you need to be compliant with. And so that bothered me quite a bit. So let's look a little bit deeper into this question of whether Goldmoney is a scam. So on Trustpilot.com and on Reddit and a couple of other places around the internet, you can find a number of people that are calling Goldmoney a scam. You hear from people that tried to liquidate their savings, or they wanted to redeem their gold. They just wanted the shiny metal stuff sent to them, or they wanted to liquidate their cryptocurrency holdings with Goldmoney, and they had a really tough time. I quote to and link to a bunch of these people in the article that you can find below this video. So if you really want to do your research on this, you're going to want to listen to what those people are saying. And it is a little bit disturbing. There was one guy that reported that Goldmoney basically held about $30,000 of his hostage until he jumped through a bunch of different steps of providing them really just an invasive and absurd amount of information. So those kind of things are pretty disturbing. And this is, of course, what you would expect if the whole thing was just a big, elaborate digital fiat scheme. If it was a system where they were telling people that they had gold, but they actually didn't have gold, or maybe they were, as the legacy financial system does, if they were banking on the margin, and maybe they had a very small margin of actual gold to what they are reporting in their system, you would expect that they would say, oh, we need these 12 different pieces of information that are going to take you 3 months to get together before we can actually send you your gold. But, have faith in the numbers that you see in your dashboard. And it makes me a little bit suspicious also, because they really promptly sent me back my money. It was overnight, just a couple of days. They sent me back all the money that had been in my gold account. So I'm wondering further, why aren't they just doing that for the people that are asking for their gold to be redeemed in cash, to receive a bank transfer? Why is it taking them weeks and weeks or months to serve those customers? Is it because it's a Ponzi scheme? It's probably not a Ponzi scheme, because Ponzi schemes almost always offer a really high return on investment. And that high return on investment attracts a ton of investment, and they end up bringing in so much cash flow that they can pay out the existing investors that are being scammed. They can pay them out from the new money that they're bringing in, and as long as they keep bringing in new money, then everything's going to be okay, like it was for that guy. What was his name? Oh, I forget his name. But for any number of these Ponzi schemes that have gone on, but it's not operating like a Ponzi scheme. It's not offering a really high, really unrealistic level of ROI. It's just gold, right? I wanted to talk about why I'm not a Goldmoney affiliate, why I don't have a little shortened URL link below all my videos that I'm telling you to go and buy gold so that I can, get paid off myself. I did look into this because I do some affiliate marketing with other things, and their referral program, it offers a really low commission. It offers just 25% of the net margin, which, if you look at Goldmoney's net margins, if you look at what their fees are, their transaction fees, their buy-sell fees, they're really low. In fact, I think they are the lowest fees in the industry. And so somebody would need to buy like $1 million in gold for me to actually get a nice payday. And my thought was that I would like to recommend them at the time, but it makes my recommendation a whole lot more high integrity if I don't have an affiliate link, and it wasn't that lucrative. So this is something that actually gives me confidence in Goldmoney. Companies that are running some type of scam are almost always paying their affiliates, or they're paying their junior partners really, really high commissions so that they are super motivated, so that they are aggressively marketing whatever the product or whatever the offering is. Let's talk about the Soros connection. We're going to get into conspiracy theory territory a little bit here. So it would appear that Goldmoney did take investment from one of the most hated financiers in the world. And CoinDesk reported Canadian digital currency startup BitGold has successfully closed a $3.5 million Series A funding round. Participants in the round included Power One Capital, Soros Brothers Investments, Sandstorm Gold, and Portavesta Holdings. Notably, the man behind Soros Brothers Investments is Alexander Soros, son of billionaire investor George Soros. While I couldn't agree less with Soros' globalist politics, this investment does not make me think that Goldmoney is compromised by Soros, because the Soros fund, Soros Brothers Investment, it was just one of multiple partners that were making a $3.5 million investment. And $3.5 million in the world of high finance is really not that much money. Soros probably has little, if any, influence with Goldmoney. And also keep in mind, this is an investment that was made by Alex Soros, his son, not by the evil Emperor Palpatine himself. Let's talk about Goldmoney's culture. One thing that attracted me to Goldmoney in the first place is that they seem more ideologically aligned with a libertarian, pro-freedom, center-right world view. Go and check out their blog. Check out the social media content that they are putting out there. And unlike countless global corporations, they are not applauding these kind of globalist, postmodern type movements. Instead, you can find articles criticizing socialism, talking about Brexit, talking about the defense of free markets. And I'd also suggest that you check out a fascinating roundtable discussion they did where they were voicing many libertarian kind of viewpoints and hope for a freer market. While they seem to be more or less based in reality ideologically, they seem to screw up a lot. And as my case illustrates, their customer service is pretty bad. If there was something wrong with my account, why didn't they just call me? Why did their customer service agents, their relationship managers, choose to ignore my emails for so long? Around the internet, you can find numerous examples of customers very irate with the egregious apathy on behalf of their customer service. Publicly, Goldmoney harshly criticizes the legacy financial system that habitually screws over their customers and clients, but in practice, they seem to treat some of their customers very badly. Ultimately, I don't think that Goldmoney is a scam for the simple reason that you can easily on the internet find a lot of happy customers of theirs talking about successfully liquidating their digital gold savings into cash or redeeming it as actual physical gold. They were able to turn those numbers in their Goldmoney account dashboard into the real shiny stuff that we all want more of in our safe boxes at home. There's simply a lot more happy customers out there of Goldmoney's than there are irate ones. As you can see, they have over 1,500 reviews on Trustpilot, which is a lot. Now, companies can manipulate reviews across the internet. People can be hired in Bangladesh to write fake reviews. Companies will write fake bad reviews about their competitors. Now, someone might say, wait a minute, Jonathan, isn't it suspicious that almost all of the 5-star reviewers of Goldmoney on Trustpilot are people that only have a single review on Trustpilot.com or maybe one other review on the site? Well, I'm a Trustpilot power user. I use it a whole lot. And I can assure you, this is actually the norm on the website. The vast majority of the reviewers on Trustpilot just have a single review, or maybe they have 1, 2, maybe 3 reviews. It's pretty rare that you see someone like me that has, I think I have 60 reviews on the website right now. And if you also cross-reference the Goldmoney reviews by the people that were saying 1 star or 2 stars, Goldmoney is awful. If you cross-reference by those people, you will see that the vast majority of them are also people that just have a single or maybe 2 reviews published on Trustpilot. This gives me confidence in the statistical significance of the 4 out of 5-star average rating that Goldmoney has on Trustpilot.com with over 1,500 reviews. That's kind of meaningful. But this doesn't give me enough confidence to enthusiastically recommend Goldmoney as a tool for doing gold investing, for managing your gold, for keeping your gold safe for you. I'm at this point growing so cynical about the world of high finance that I just assume that every kind of financial service offering is some shade of scam. Now, I still am a huge believer in gold. I still would love to use gold as money, and I do see it as a hedge against inflation, against the crazy financial tides that the world is going to be buffeted around in at some point in the near future. But now I believe more than ever that it's not your gold if it's not in your possession. If you want to spend a couple $100 to buy some gold, Goldmoney is probably a decent option. They do have a nice website. They have, I think, industry-leading low margins, so they'll probably give you a pretty good deal on gold. But I would implore you not to be like these naive people who invested thousands and thousands of dollars or more, in some cases a lot more money, with Goldmoney, and then ended up having a really rough time getting their money, getting their actual gold, getting their actual investment back from Goldmoney. And you can find a lot of cases of these around the internet. This company, they really do need to clean up their act. Who the hell knows if they actually have gold in vaults that is backing up all those numbers that you're seeing in your Goldmoney dashboard. They have a really impressive page on their website where they say, here's all of our real-time audits. And that does build some confidence in them, but if you're selling millions and millions of dollars, if you're making a ton of money, it's really not that hard to create a page that looks like auditing is going on. And they do have a third-party company, an auditor that is also auditing them, but that company is also a bit shady. I think it's KGMG, something like that. I'll link to it in my article below. That also looks like a company that you really wouldn't trust very far. So if you're interested in gold investing, you're probably one of these people that is keenly aware that the government is totally corrupt and not to be trusted. And the Canadian government seems especially corrupt to me. And so I would just urge you not to trust these people, not to trust that the regulators are making sure that Goldmoney isn't stealing your money. And I will also remind you that Goldmoney, they are based, they have an office, they have a lot of operations that are going through the Isle of Jersey, which is a bastion that is just infamous for banking and financial malfeasance. Whenever people pay me, I have this anxiety, I have this real concern with making sure that I'm over-delivering the value of what these people are paying for, and making sure that I am treating them in a decent way, and making sure that it's a real win-win. And so given my own kind of level of anxiety that I have with treating people decently, it's amazing to me how consistently these companies that sometimes even seem to be based ideologically, it's amazing how consistently they screw over their clients that are giving them a lot of money, that are giving them, the kind of money that is kind of outside of what I'm usually dealing with. It's really disappointing. And it underlies an important point, which is that us human beings are fallen creatures. We don't do well with temptation. And I suspect that in this kind of business where you're taking a lot of people's money, you're taking a lot of money, like huge sums of money, and you are promising to keep it safe, I suspect that temptation to cheat just a little bit and to do something fun with some of that money that you're supposed to be taking care of. And then the temptation to cheat just a little bit more because you've already cheated. And then cheat just a little bit more beyond that because now you are needing to, game the system a little bit to make up for your fallibility and your succumbing to temptation. I suspect that in this kind of business, the level of temptation is just too high for human beings to frankly be involved with it in an ethical way. So I'm a really happily married man. My wife is really, really great. I would never cheat on my wife, and I'm very careful about making sure that I don't put myself in positions where that would ever be a possibility. But I gotta say, if I one day woke up and I found a naked and enticing Megan Fox in my bed, well, to quote Oscar Wilde, I can resist all things except temptation. So think about that when you're plugging money into, when you're plugging your credit card details into companies like Goldmoney, and just be suspicious, be very careful. I hope you found this video helpful. I am going to be updating my thoughts. I'm going to be putting out more information as I learn more about Goldmoney, about other things that are in this industry. So I do encourage you to subscribe to this channel and hit the little bell. And then you're definitely going to want to go over and check out MarketplaceGOLD. That is an online marketplace where you can find different companies, other people to do commerce with using your gold, which is pretty cool. That's kind of what we want. That's the direction that we want for the commerce of this world to be going in. And then I do have a newsletter there that you're going to want to subscribe to, because these social media channels, they just really don't work all that great for me to consistently get the best information to you. Email newsletters, they're kind of old school, but they really do work better than anything else. So please do head over to marketplace.gold and check that out. Again, I'm Jonathan with MarketplaceGOLD, and I look forward to a continued conversation with you.